Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks 40k channel and welcome to the latest video in the Road to 30k series. In the last video I said that my Ultramarines were kind of complete and kind of finished and showed you the army, and there's one or two more units that I wanted to add into that force. So I've been to purchase them and I thought I would show you the new additions. So first of the new minis for the Ultramarines, I've been and brought two Legion Rapier quad mortars. Now I love these miniatures. I fought against them against Dave's word bearers and they did quite a lot of damage, and I've also allied with Robin when he's on the board and they've done quite a lot of damage. So I've always wanted some of these. I really like these miniatures. I like the two gunners. I love the gun platform themselves. I think they're really well done. So I have two of these exactly the same. So these are next up for my Ultramarines because I want some more firepower at the back of my board. I've got my Scorpius Whirlwind and that lays down fire left, right and centre and is really nasty, especially when you've got your two Nuncio Voxes, which I have in my tactical squads, giving the coordinates for the gunners. So with these as well as my Scorpius, that's quite a lot of firepower, and not really, hopefully, scattering that far because of the aid of the Nuncios. So I really wanted these in my army, and like I said, I love the miniature. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's the two gunner bodies, and then obviously the carriage that the gun sits on and stuff like that. It looks amazing. It really does. So I'm really looking forward to getting into them and starting to paint them up. But I also felt like I needed something a bit bigger. And when I say bigger, I do actually kind of mean bigger. This is probably the biggest bag of resin that I've ever actually purchased. And in here, there is the Fell Glaive. So I fought against Ed's Fell Glaive again in his Death Guard army, and it tore me a new one. It really did. And this thing is absolutely amazing. Some plastic in here as well, which I was really surprised about. And then in the bubble wrap you got the side tracks. I'm trying to find the barrel of the laser gun. Where is it? I mean, look at this. If I get this bit out, look at the size of this. This is huge. This is huge. And I was really torn between the Fell Glaive and the Fell Blade. I didn't know which one to get. And basically, there it is. So basically, I've fought Ed's Fell Glaive. I've fought with Robin's Fell Blade. And I've had to go with which one I think is the most effective. And to me, having been destroyed by it, it was the Fell Glaive. Look at this thing. This thing's amazing. The detail on this is brilliant. And obviously that, once it's all trimmed down, it'll obviously sit in there to form the barrel of the gun. So I've been and brought a Fell Glaive. So this thing's got a 1-inch beam that I think is like 42 inches and will just destroy anything that it gets in the path of. It destroyed my Invictara squad, it destroyed a Rhino, it took hull points off my Spartan, it destroyed the other Rhino. It did so much damage, this tank did, in one game, that I was just like, yeah, I need to go buy one of these now. So, like I said, I was torn, really torn. Had to make the decision between this and the Fell Blade. And just on my experiences, I went with the Fell Glaive. But I felt like I needed something a bit bigger. So the last bag of resin was quite large. This one's a little bit bigger. Inside this box, I'm just going to put the camera down while I take the lid off. Inside this box, there is bubble wrap. Lots and lots of bubble wrap. And if I start taking this open, you will see there are lots and lots of bags of resin. And inside of all these bags and all these little bits of resin are going to make me up a Reaver Titan. So I've finally been and brought something that I've wanted for years, which is the Reaver. There's the main body piece, look. It is awesome. It looks fantastic, this thing. I'm so excited to actually be able to go and buy one of these. I'm also slightly scared because it means that I've got to make it and paint it up. So weapons choices, obviously that's just the body, and then all of these little bags down here are the weapons choices. So what have I gone for? Well, the first thing that I've gone for, I'll just make some room. So the first thing I've gone for is the carapace at the top. And one of the things that I feel that you have to get when you get a Titan is the missile launcher at the top, the Apocalypse. And look at the size of this thing for a lump of resin. This thing is huge. All the missiles you can put in individually and separately. There's a little bit of clean up to do. I won't say it's horrendous. There's little bits to do in here. There's little bits to do around here as well, but it's not horrendous. They're just the usual trimming down some of the excess flush bits. So yes, I have the missile launcher that goes on the top of the Reaver Titan. And then I had to start thinking about what arms did I want, and that was not the easiest of choices, but in the end it came down to, and I've actually brought two of the same guns, so the left and right arms will be exactly the same, and that is the laser destroyer weapon. So this is the one with the 3 barrels. It's got 3 of these, 3 barrels like this, and they go in like a triangle shape, and basically one arm throws out 3 5-inch strength D blasts in one turn. And I've got 2 of them. So that's 6. So this thing, each turn, will be firing down 6 5-inch strength D blasts on the battlefield. Wow. Just wow. And obviously it's going to be larger apocalypse games and things like that. But, you know, I mean, in the arms section, you get, obviously, all the weapons and all this kind of stuff. You get the covering for them. You get... If I show you this, this is the main weapon housing bit here. Obviously sits snug under the arm, and then you've got the pivot part there that sits on, and then the holes where the laser destroyer weapons actually go. So like I say, I've got 2 of these. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was when I went to pick all this up from Forge World. I was literally bouncing my way out of the store. So, that is the new purchases for my Ultramarines. I have to admit, I'm going to show you this as well. Because whenever you buy a Reaver Titan, or anything big, you get your certificate, and it's got, the Fabricator General has decreed that your army may deploy the might of a Reaver Titan. Tremble, foes of man, for the might of the Omnissiah is upon you. Just awesome. Just such nice little touches. So there's my certificate to say that the Omnissiah has said, yeah, do you know what, Ultramarines, take out a Reaver Titan. So I have got the colour scheme in mind for how to do this Reaver Titan. So just like my Knight's House, Vornhern, there was a Legion, a Titan Legion, that was loyal to Guilliman and was on Calth and followed them all the way through the Great Crusade. And that's the colour scheme that I'm going to go with. I'm not going to show you just yet, because this is a serious modelling project that I've got in front of me. Not only have I got a Reaver Titan to build, but I've got a Fell Glaive to build as well. Well, that's my next couple of months sorted out with painting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So there you go then, guys. That is the new purchases for the Ultramarines. Quad mortars, a Fell Glaive, and a Reaver Titan. Wow. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave me a comment. It'd be great to hear your feedback. What do you think of these new purchases? And as always, we will see you on the next one.